Greetings, everybody. Hello and welcome to Tokyo. This episode is all about the director's cut, literally cut of sushi right here. This is a normal size of sushi represented here in this box about my lunch, which I'm going to be eating together with you. So if you have sushi, you might want to go and get it out of the refrigerator or start cutting your own. But we're going to have a little bit of fun today explaining about this episode, which is kind of a unique thing. I've been wanting to do this episode for about 3 or 4 years, and I knew about this chef for a very long time, but never met him until about 2, 3 months ago when I walked into his shop and started to talk to him about his sushi. He's one of the most creative chefs, Sugeta-san, Yuki Sugeta. He's won many awards for his creativity. He was a TV champion on a TV show a while ago, and you can see that on his website on the homepage for his shop. And he might even show you some of the photos from that. But it's that kind of thinking, that kind of creativity that led to this, and which is the most misunderstood thing on the main channel. Everyone is going, it's a waste of money. Not everybody, but there's a lot of people going, it's a waste of money. This is just kind of dumb. Is it though? Is it? I mean, yeah, it's kind of ridiculous, but that doesn't make it dumb at all. Number one, the reason why micro sushi is really cool, it's a way for the sushi chef to practice his or her skills to a very minute level. If you can make a model ship inside of a bottle, you probably have the patience to do just about anything. This requires a lot of skill in order to make it look almost similar to it. It's pretty crazy. Number two, the customer satisfaction is the most important thing to chefs like Sugeta-san, to all successful chefs. You want the customer to be very happy with your work. If mothers are bringing in their children and they're crying and they don't want to eat, that's not only disturbing the other customers, that's not going to make a happy mother or a happy customer right in front of you. So that's why 30 years ago, Sugeta-san came up with this idea. It's not as a menu entree, but as a way to entertain the other customers in the shop. I thought it was a great idea. I mean, when I heard that meaning, that's not what I thought it was at all. I literally thought, like a lot of the people commenting on the main channel video, that the sushi that was being sold was on the menu and it had a value, and maybe it was like 2,000 yen for something ridiculous, and I would get a ridiculous story. What I left from Takasako Sushi, what I left with was a really nice story of a very kind and generous chef who creates for the customer, not just for himself. And he finds ways to innovate and think up of new ideas. In fact, he's got so many ideas, it might even be worth going back. It might be worth going back to Takasako Sushi to introduce some of the other amazing creations. In the city of Tokyo, this is a reason why I don't like... I love sushi in Tokyo, but there's a reason why I don't like it. And the reason why I don't like sushi is because a lot of the sushi chefs are too traditionalist. They're too much into, this is the way to do it. Like, the only way to get a good margherita pizza is to get the cheese from a special dairy farm in Napoli. So, you can't get it fresh outside of Napoli, so that means you can only get fresh pizza. Ridiculous. California sushi is an actual type of sushi, I think. Millions of people eat it and enjoy it. Traditionalists won't make it in their shop in Tokyo. You can't find it anywhere. So you can find it at Sugeta-san's Takasako Sushi, and I thought that was really cool. That makes him down to earth, and he kind of gets it. Sushi originally was a street food. Sushi originally was meant to be cooked or made very quickly to serve impatient customers in the city of Tokyo. That's why it's called Edo Sushi. Edo being the original name of Tokyo when it was a capital, 170 years ago, more, like before the Meiji Restoration, before it became the city of Tokyo. And Sugeta-san gets that. He has that sort of down-to-earth feel that sushi is supposed to be fun. That's what I love about the conveyor belt kaiten sushi. It's supposed to be fun. And this is supermarket sushi that I have here for lunch. I'm going to open it up and show you as I talk about this. We're going to take a break and I'm going to show you some normal size sushi, because even I don't want to look at micro sushi for too long because it just makes me too hungry. Like, if I watch this episode, I want to eat sushi. It's just the sort of the way it is. But you just see from the picture. It's just like, why wouldn't I do this story? There's gotta be something behind this, and that's why I chose this story. I don't want to go to McDonald's Japan or do Kit Kats and all this stuff all the time. I want to find stories like this that make you go, why? Really? And then introduce the reasoning why. And maybe this isn't going to be popular with the internet, but this is the direction I think only Japan's going to be going. So what I'm going to be doing is showing you some of the video footage and then going back and forth between this and my comments, so you get an idea of what's happening in this video, and then we're gonna eat some sushi. All right, let's get this started here. That's me. And Peter Von Gom, shout out to the master.
Only in Japan.
Yeah.
Welcome to Tokyo. Sushi can be considered a national cuisine. There's many varieties. There's a high-end and a low-end. There's high-tech, and then there's supermarket sushi. All kinds of sushi, and the shop behind me is known for its originality. And it's known for its size as well, or lack thereof.
Do you like the color coordination, shirt and jacket? I thought it was nice. Nice enough to wear in this episode.
Well,
the Shinkansen here is going by really fast. The next stop is in Shinagawa, and it doesn't start slowing down for another 500 meters. So if you do go to the shop, you're going to see Shinkansen whizzing by like every 5-7 minutes.
Welcome to Tokyo's Ota Ward near
cool.
Shinagawa and Takasago Sushi. It's a family-run restaurant that serves all kinds of sushi.
Issei-san.
It's one of the few
Meguro-san,
places in the
Meguro-san.
city where you can get something like a California roll. They're creative. The head chef is Yuki Sugeta, and his apprentice, Issei Meguro. Sugeta-san has been making sushi for over 30 years and has won acclaim for his creativity. I started off with a regular piece of akami, Hon Maguro Tuna Sushi.
That's like the test. If the sushi chef can make a good piece of maguro, then that's going to be a good restaurant, because it's one of the most popular items. A chef has to make a good piece of maguro. And he's putting the sauce on top and makes it look so juicy. It's beautiful. Just one.
Then I asked for it. Micro sushi.
Micro sushi is not on the menu, all right? It's not charged for anything. Once again, the chef makes it, and he started making it 30 years ago when he finished his training, just to please customers and to get kids to fall in love with sushi. When you look at it, you do a double take, like, is that really what I think it is? Yes! It's an exact copy of the sushi that your mother is eating. And kids, because it's ridiculous, will eat it. Not all of them. He told me some of the kids would keep crying, but the mothers always appreciated the gesture, so it was a win-win for everybody. It doesn't cost a lot of money to make this, and it doesn't require a lot of effort. If you've done this 100 times, it's almost like second nature. Now, Meguro-san made this for us. He's the apprentice to Sugeta-san. Sugeta-san was upstairs when we were filming this. And I think it was even better that Meguro-san made it, because you can see that it is really not that easy. I think Meguro-san has been studying sushi for about 5 or 6 years now. So he's very, very good at what he does. But I think you have to go for a little bit longer in order to become a sushi chef. The apprenticeship in Japan is very long. That in itself might be an episode. Not anybody can make sushi. It's true.
It requires a lot more work and a certain skill. It's an 8-piece nigiri sushi set.
It's crazy.
At first, he lays out the fish and tamago.
I'm zoomed in.
They're
It's
very small,
really
less than a millimeter thick.
hard to get focus on this one. Look at that little piece of egg. I mean, it costs nothing to make, so it's like very small.
Next, the rice. One rice grain is too big, so Meguro-san chops it up to make a smaller base.
This shocked me the most, that he had to reconstitute the rice to make it smaller. He's having fun doing it. I love
A piece
that.
of rice measuring to about 1/3 of a grain.
It's so small.
The rice is placed with fine chopsticks on a wooden sushi gaita tray.
This is when it started to look ridiculous. When the tray's too big. There were some comments in the main channel video that perhaps it would be pretty cool if they had a micro tray to serve it on. I think so too. But let's put this in let's go to reality now. He doesn't actually have this as an entree in the restaurant yet. I think if a lot of people start ordering this, if the internet starts to go to visit, if I was him, I might charge a little bit for this because then people are going to be ordering it all the time. His time has cost. My time, I like to think my time has cost. Your time has cost. When you sit there and wait in a waiting room, I think that the dentist or the doctor should give you a discount based on how much you've waited. If you've waited there for an hour, you should probably take 10% off of the bill. I mean, that your time is money, right? So for this, I think it's something that he does just to entertain. And if everyone starts ordering it or asking for it, maybe he's going to put it on the menu. I don't know. I personally, I probably would. Not a lot of money, but it's interesting.
The maguro on top.
And you wouldn't be able to just order this. That'd be ridiculous. Because then he would make no money. It would be like an appetizer, I guess. It's a +1 with a meal order, maybe.
Top, shaped and balanced.
Look at the skill.
It requires a lot of concentration to not just balance it, but make it look good and presentable.
There were a couple times where I had to, I cut this up, of course, but it was not easy to do this, to balance it perfectly, because this is much smaller than you think. That these chopsticks more like tweezers. More, even sharper than tweezers. It's very, very, very minute. There's the salmon and the maguro and the Thai. There it is. That one looks good.
The tamago is a little more complex.
Yeah, tamago is supposed to be the easiest or the most simple because it's not actually fish. It's just egg, sweet egg. And the sweet egg in itself, making it is not easy. You have to have a recipe. It has to be very good. And some sushi chefs protect their sweet egg recipe. It's not something they share with anybody. Although you could probably find that recipe and start to adjust it yourself. Each chef has their own kind of secret recipe. But this, they've taken it to like another level. Hey, Mr. Das, I am confessing my love for Only in Japan Go. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that.
It requires a micro roll of nori, seaweed.
And the seaweed is
The
so
nori
small.
wrapped around very carefully to keep shape.
It's easy to break that nori and then have to do it again. But
The
once again,
micro ikura looks to be the hardest.
this is the hardest.
Nori is wrapped around the micro rice ball. When balanced and shaped, one small tobiko egg is set on top.
This
It's about
was
half a millimeter
very
in size,
hard.
smaller than ikura.
Ikura is small, but this is
Just getting
ridiculous.
one tobiko egg out of the container is complicated.
Tobiko is crunchy, by the
Finally,
way.
a cucumber garnish on
Crunchy.
top.
There's a lot of them on one, but one doesn't have too much flavor. But when you bite into a gunkan sushi with it's wrapped around, you bite into it, it's very
The chef
crunchy.
makes sure the tray is clean and presentable.
A mark of any good chef.
Here is the full-scale version. And here is the micro sushi.
This is just ridiculous. Oh, Mr. Potter, here we go. I've never heard of micro sushi. I'm not a lot of people have. The internet hasn't. Only Japan never fails to teach me something new about Japan. Such an art. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Potter. I love the fact that food in Japan can be art, and there's a lot of art lovers. We have, I think, maybe more sophisticated of an audience than some other YouTube channels. I like the fact that art is something that we can present on the Only in Japan channel and the Only in Japan Go channel, and we can see that food is, of course, popular on the internet. This is art. This is food, and for a lot of people, this is like putting together the perfect episode. I think when your food can be so beautiful like this. I don't know. Once again, this is not a meal. I wanted him to go even further. I thought maybe let's get some tacos, some octopus. Let's take this to another level. Can we just fill this up with all these colors? I mean, Kit Kat Japan usually will have like a row of colors, like a rainbow. Say, can we get more? Can we just fill the tray? And that would have been ridiculous because that's not what they do. That's what my warped brain thinks about. I said, look, this tray's too big. Let's fill it. But we didn't do that. I said, let's keep it simple then. All right. The chef is like, okay, well, let's keep it simple. Okay.
It actually looks alike, just shrunken down to a fraction of this.
It does look alike. This shot almost was the thumbnail, believe it or not. I said, this is just too cool. But you can't make out that this is the sushi. I was going to put micro sushi across the screen here, and you can see how small it is. The scale now becomes evident.
Size. It could even be considered cute. Certainly no one would make a meal of it, right?
Nobody does. Excuse me, internet main channel commenters. Nobody makes a meal of this, so it's not for ants. Maybe for hamsters? Ants would... This is bigger than an ant. You'd have to cut it smaller for ant size. Hamster, maybe. In fact, if I had a hamster and I had the hamster eating the sushi, this would be a 100 million view episode. I gotta ask the sushi chef if I can bring a hamster in, huh? If the hamster's eating sushi, you know, we'll break the internet. Hamster with his bum, and he's turning around like this with a piece of sushi and his one little tooth like this. He's got the piece of sushi. That would break the internet, right? The hamster's on the sushi gaita tray, turns around with his bum in the camera and goes like this. And he's got a piece of sushi between his two little teeth. That would be 100 million views. Why didn't I think of this earlier? This is why I do Go. Just all the ideas start coming out.
Makes you wonder why even such a thing exists.
I know.
Wow, this is a really big contrast you can see between the normal size sushi and the micro sushi. And let's ask the chef why he came up with this idea and what's the deal with this sushi anyway?
そうですね。これ元々はですね。
Alright, this is the answer. I don't know if some of the commenters got to this part. It's okay.
僕はもう30年ぐらい前、そうですね。僕はまだ30年ちょっと修行して修行先から帰ってきて、最初で子供連れのお客さんですね。
Customers who had children
が最初多いお子さんに少しでも魚を好きになってもらいたくてですね。このまま大きいよりも小さい方が食べやすいかと思って、それで
There were a lot of children in this neighborhood. It's a residential area. It's not like in the center of Tokyo. So you have to prepare sushi that meets your clients, meets your customers, your base. This is something that I think he thought for his demographics would fit well, and he wasn't wrong. But if your image of sushi is like sushi jiro sushi, then you have a wrong image of sushi. That's one kind of sushi. There's 100 kinds of sushi, and the way that Sugita-san makes his sushi is probably the way that I prefer it. His shop's more fun. It's not quiet like this. You can laugh, you can talk, there's more interaction with the customers, and it's not overly priced. You know, I think it was a very reasonably priced sushi.
さんがもうこれを出したら大喜びして
The
たんです。
mothers always
で
appreciate
それ
it.
で結局今は女の人に出すようになりました。
So he likes to give it to the ladies.
僕らちっちゃい好き嫌いが多いお子様にお魚を好きになってもらいたくて作りました。
So I asked Meguro-san, says, would you explain to the camera what the sushi is? Now Meguro-san is a little bit younger. When you see sushi chefs, they're a little bit older and they're more experienced. And Meguro-san is just like a kind soul. He's very nice. The music's sort of fished because they're toy-sized sushi. And the way he explained it was just cute and kind. He's going to do really well as a sushi chef, I think, when he goes off and gets his own shop or if he decides to stay here. Chefs will usually train as apprentice for up to 7 years at one shop. I believe Meguro-san is from Akita Prefecture, and he came down to Tokyo to study sushi here, I guess, and maybe he's going to go back to Akita. I'm not really sure. But if you'd like to know Meguro-san's story, go in there and talk to him. They speak English here. Yuki-san and his wife used to work in an international bank. So she speaks fluent English, and so does Sugita-san speaks pretty good English because a lot of Westerners will come into the shop. So you shouldn't be intimidated to go to the shop. Not at all.
これが本マグロの赤身でございまして、
Hey, Ratesio,
白身
thank
が今日
you.
はタイでございます。この右側
I
が
haven't
サ
been.
ーモンで、これがちっちゃく作った卵焼きと、あと真ん中光り物の小肌と軍艦がとびっこでございます。
Gunkan sushi is wrapped sushi like this.
Is this actually on the menu?
Is it actually on the menu? People are like, if it's on the menu, it's like, it's not on the menu. Calm down.
そうですね。今現在は初めて見えたお客さんであまりお店忙しくない時にちょっとねこういうお客さんに喜んでもらうために出すんですが。
Thanks, Remco. It's very
みん
odd.
な最初から食べます。
It's very odd.
そう目で楽しんで最後食べ。
He says, enjoyed by their eyes, then eaten. Look, we live in an Instagram world. For better or for worse, a lot of people don't like it. Don't ask my dad to start Instagram. He'd probably just laugh at you and walk away. It's like, where's your Instagram account? Ha ha ha. I'd probably just walk away. Now, Instagram is sort of part of the world. If you have a social media account or a YouTuber, you want to introduce stuff, you probably need Instagram. This is Instagram-worthy stuff, all right? People eat it with their eyes, okay? They're like, whoa. And when you get customers going, whoa, they're probably going to come back again. Anyone who thinks that this is a waste of time has no idea about how business works in the 21st century, all right? This is the most genius thing to do, to have something that you present that people can take pictures of and tag the restaurant and share to the rest of the world. This is the kind of stuff that goes viral, in my mind.
で食べても美味しいんで
In
す
the
よ
world
実
today.
は。
But it is actually delicious to eat. It
魚は
is.
小さくしても味がしっかりして美味しいんですね。それを分かってもらうためにもすごくいいと思います。はい。
What he just said is really important. A quality cut of fish. Very good fish, fresh fish for sushi will always have a flavor, even if it's microscopic. Always. And this is something that I think sushi, a lot of people don't understand. If you're getting sushi in the US and it's not fresh, it's been frozen for too long, it probably does not have a lot of taste. You gotta douse it in soy sauce, and you're tasting more the soy sauce than the fish. In Japan, even though he is very creative and he'll create more than traditionalist sushi, the sushi has a lot more taste, I think, because there's more people eating it, and it's just fresh, right from the market. And you can see he has a cabinet of fish in there. It's all from the morning. It doesn't last very long. By the end of the day, it's gone. He goes to the when it's sold out, he tells the customer, sorry, we don't have that available. And then the next morning, he'll go and get it. So lunchtime is always a really good time to go and get sushi. But a good piece of fish, an egg, even though it's microscopic, will have a ton of flavor. All right, it will.
It's sort
It
of
did.
an appetizer.
I ate
a
it.
dish for kids who want to try it, or just to
Served only when the shop isn't busy to first-time customers. I promised that I would put that in so customers don't just go there to eat. Say, we want micro sushi. So no. Read the video, 6:32. I just wanted to put that as a disclaimer. I should have wrote disclaimer, because I feel bad if people go there just to order the sushi. It's not even on the menu.
entertain customers. First, let's try the maguro. This would be the best way to eat it.
I wouldn't want to watch myself eat, so I bought this.
Akami. Let's try the micro version of it. Like, is there any flavor?
Is there? Yes! Because a small cut of fish can have flavor. Oh, I can smell sushi now. Now we're doing. Now we're in business.
Challenges your chopstick skills.
This is hard to pick up, the micro sushi. Hold on a second. Yeah.
So the question is, does micro akami have any taste at all?
Does it?
That's maguro. That's maguro. It's just a very slight taste of maguro. It might be because I actually ate maguro right before it. Gives it away, but very, very interesting.
All right. I got some questions from people. This is a director's cut, so I can explain it like this. This is what it's supposed to be. In the background of this video, you see a lady. All right. This is Sugeta-san Yoshiko. She's the chef's wife. She's the business manager of the shop. But the problem is that I didn't know that when I started filming it, she wasn't there. And then she came back and started standing behind me. And when you make the video, you can't have someone behind you going like this and going like this. She's like going like this and looking at you. You stop looking at me and you start looking at her. So I had to find a way to blur the background, and this took kind of a long time. The idea of the video is to make sure that the content stands and you focus on that and not on what's in the background. So when you have somebody obnoxious, and she didn't know, she's not a film producer or director. She doesn't know how this works. But when you're standing in the background looking at this, that's not cute. That takes away from the subject matter. And for a boring news report, yeah, sure, a kid going like this and picking his nose and flicking off the camera is pretty funny. But then the kid who's doing that becomes the theme. And the theme is supposed to be her husband's sushi, not her. So she got blurred. Sorry.
A normal piece of sweet tamago egg sushi looks
FYI.
massive. It's micro-sized,
Oh man.
brother.
It
It's
looks
very accurate
the
and
same.
looks like a model of it.
It looks the same.
The micro ikura is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
One egg is all it takes to give it color and flavor.
I think it's just stuck on the chopstick. I'm not holding it at all. It's just stuck on there.
Don't get me started with the salmon. It's certainly 100 times smaller when put.
I love this shot. This is my second choice for a thumbnail. It's ridiculous, but you can't really tell what this is because it's so small. I'd have to put an arrow and put micro sushi. It's ridiculous. And you can see it's probably 1/300th of the size because inside of here there's got to be at least 100 grains. And if this one grain of rice is 1/3 the size of a grain of rice, you can see it. Compare it. Then there's probably this is probably 300 times bigger than this. I mean, it requires 300 of these to make one of these. So it's not even a bite. It's like like this in your mouth.
To the original size.
That's how I estimated the size. I figured there's like 100 pieces in here, maybe more.
Besides micro sushi, Sugeta-san's
I love that shot too. It's ridiculous. Like, why?
creativity takes him to the flower and plant world.
This is where I wanted to introduce other things that he did because I think it wouldn't be fair to him as a chef to introduce just micro sushi because his sushi is really good. It's different than high-end sushi. I've only eaten high-end sushi where it cost me like $300 to sit down and eat once in my life. No, twice in my life. And one time I didn't pay. It was like a business expense for somebody else. So it's just a different experience. This is a more fun experience, and I love the way he creates. A hydrangea is a flower, and it looks very much like it.
Sushi made with ikura and squid looks like a hydrangea. The cucumber giving it a nice green accent.
It's a pretty neat design, I thought.
This one, you can see the ikura egg on top, but when you look down on it, it's a cherry blossom of fish.
Meguro-san made this. Meguro, the
This sakura won't
apprentice,
last long.
made these.
It was at the bottom of my stomach minutes after it was made.
It is beautiful.
I really love sushi, and Sugita-san made me one final set.
He makes sushi too, not just the apprentice. Good handwork. Nice. Beautiful. That's why I bought sushi at the supermarket, because I knew I would be really hungry watching this, and you cannot just watch this on an empty stomach. You too are gonna want sushi. It's crazy. Editing this, I ate a lot of sushi when I edited this, because it's true. What you watch, you start wanting. That's the fun part, you know? Just have
Sushi
fun.
is Japan's original street food, made fast to be eaten fast. It should be fun and colorful, and at Takasago Sushi, it's all that, and delicious too.
There you go. So it's a really fun place. I probably will go back there again with Kanai. After she saw it, she's like, I want to go there too. So I got to take her now. That's fine. But if you do go there, they do speak English. Please make a reservation in advance. Call them because they do get crowded. He's a known chef. He was on TV. So when someone is on TV in Japan, they become like a higher level. It's like everybody knows, everyone wants to try it. So you want to call ahead or go there at like 4:50, like a few minutes before they open, and then you'll be able to sit at the counter, and maybe you should be polite and not stay there all day. Just stay there for like an hour, eat, talk a little bit, and then go. Because probably he'll tell you, we have a reservation at 6, is that okay? And then if you're like, okay, then yeah, you don't need a reservation. But for the most part, it's good to call in advance. And don't think that you are special enough for this micro sushi. It's only for special customers, usually their first time, which makes you a good chance to get it. But don't expect it, is what I'm saying. It's a special thing used to entertain. And if you have kids or if you're a lady, or you're a YouTuber who asked very nicely. I asked very nicely, and I gave him my business card and said, please. And he said, okay, because then he didn't want to see me cry. It's not very good thing. Let's see. Oh, Nalsh right in here. Maybe he coughed and it blew away. Actually, it won't blow away, or because it's stuck to the tray. Because the starch in the rice it's not laid. It's kind of laid down in there, so it's on the tray. So it doesn't really. It would be hard for it to fly away. UFO Bob. See, I answered the questions. I'm watching. The rice is sticky. That's right. All right, let's do this here. I've got some sushi. I'm gonna pull this down here. We're gonna eat this. I put a coin here because I'm using Matsumi's sushi. Matsumi is one of our backers on Patreon. She gave me a gimbal, a new one that I've been asking for a while, but it doesn't balance well. I need a coin on this side for balance. All right, so what I bought here was supermarket sushi. I have some wasabi. I eat it differently than everybody else. I love it spicy. I eat it with a lot of wasabi. And then there's these snobby traditionalists on all my videos where I eat sushi. Get down, mix the wasabi with the soy sauce, and I say to them, "You eat it any way you want to." The reason why is because the sushi is made for the customer. It's not for you, the viewer, and it's not made for the chef either. There is no proper way to eat sushi. There is not, actually. I'll do this. My mother loves wasabi as well. People like it spicy. I like the reason why, this is also cheap supermarket sushi, so it's not really as flavorful. Again, having fresh is different. Having fresh is different. I'm gonna start right here with the ikura because I have a story I want to tell you. This is the ikura sushi. You can see that right now on your screen. I love ikura because they're like little teeny golden balls of happiness to me. They're salty, naturally salty, and I don't know, it's just so good. But the tobiko, which is a kind of fish egg, it's from flying fish, so they're very, very small and crunchy, are maybe 1/20th the size of one of these, okay? 1/20th the size of one of these. Hiro88, hello from Indiana. I moved from Japan to the Midwest, US when I was 21. I miss fresh supermarket sushi. Even the supermarket sushi here is good. It's even good. David Kimura writes in, "Hi, John and Kanai. Kanai's actually teaching ballet right now, but she'll be back. She might be back while we're live streaming. So I'll tell Kanai you said hi, David. Thank you very much." And Tim Lawson, love Japan. I would love to have my wife experience the country I came to love when stationed in Iwakuni. Iwakuni is an awesome city. Love the channel. That's down in Yamaguchi Prefecture by Hiroshima. The Kintaikyo Bridge, the arched bridge, is one of my favorite attractions of Japan. It's just the most beautiful bridge in Japan, I think. So it's also a great place for the Marines to be stationed. We have a Marine base. It might even be the safest place in Japan, too, because of it. All right, let's try this here. Ikura. Tobito is 1/20th the size of this. So I want you to wrap your head around how hard it would be to make that gunkan sushi. And this is called gunkan sushi because they've wrapped the seaweed around it. I mean, it's good, but it's supermarket sushi. It's not the same. I think it's got a little bit of fishiness to it. It's not bad. I mean, it's probably better than any sushi in the US or in the United States, but because here's a piece of anago, and you can see it's been wrapped with seaweed. You can see how many grains of rice there are. Now, I want you to wrap your head around the fact that what you saw in the micro sushi episode was 1/3 1 grain. Okay? 1/3 1 grain. And just one sushi is enough to be one bite. It's crazy. It really is crazy. I gotta. I love anago. I really love anago. It is a little bit drier. That's a good comment. Who wrote that? Is it dry? It's Lodres. It is a little bit dry. That's another reason to put some soy sauce onto it. Or you can take some of the ginger, put it in soy sauce, and I like to use this as a brush to brush on this. I mean, purists will say don't do that, but I'm a sushi lover. I'm not a sushi snob. You know what I mean? It's like someone who can't eat a fast food burger. Oh, that's spicy. I can eat a fast food burger and enjoy it, but I can also eat a really gourmet burger and enjoy that too. Sushi snobs cannot eat bad sushi, and I know coffee snobs that can't drink certain coffee. That's all right too, but for me, that's not my style. This is a piece of salmon, probably from Norway, and I shotgun the wasabi because that's me. That's me. You can argue all you want. I'm not listening. That's really good. About $6.50. 518 calories in this. Usually it'll tell you the origin. This one doesn't tell the origin. This says, yeah, it's just a nigiri sushi set. No, there's no origin. But I'll tell you this, okay? My wife, $6, that's right. My wife told me that these condiments, usually, that are in packages, they're not very good. So if you do buy supermarket sushi, you might want your own. If you're if you're sort of a snob, I'm a condiment snob. These condiments are not that good. This is probably really bad for you. It's cheap soy sauce, cheaper than the one you'd buy in the supermarket. It's just the quality is not good. And this wasabi is probably all processed garbage. It is. There's probably coloring in this. But for the purpose of lunch, it's fine once in a while. Don't come to Japan and eat just convenience store food because you think it's fun. And YouTubers introduce convenience store food too much. It's not good for you. Do not eat convenience store food. There's chemicals in it. There's a reason why the expiration date is 3 days later, okay? Or it's extended. It's not fresh. It's not good. There's chemicals and preservatives in it. It's not the same as going to Yoshinoya. Yoshinoya is much healthier because it's prepared and right in front of you. That's another piece of salmon. Sweet egg. Now, I kind of like it like this as much as I do in sushi. A block of sweet egg on its own is, to me, could be sushi, I guess. But the definition of sushi is that it must be on lightly vinegared rice. So this would not qualify as sushi. It's not on lightly vinegared rice. It's an accompaniment to sushi. The dashi's not good. It's alright. The first taste is sweet and it's nice, and then after you bite a little bit, you can taste the chemicals in the fish soup stock they use to cook this. So they don't use very good fish soup stock. So the recipe is it's like a generic recipe. You can tell. I love sweet egg too much to give that respect. But I will eat it because I'm hungry. Taco. Does anyone know what taco is? First one who writes in gets an award. Taco. What's taco? Nobody? Tasty! Tasty Chronicles writes in octopus. You win an award. You win this. I'm just going to put this through the camera. I know Tasty. All right, here we go. It's good. Octopus is one that it's hard to mess that up. This is makizushi. It's sushi that's been rolled and then cut. Negitoro. Nice. I don't know why. Ika, which is squid, is my least favorite of them all. It's hard for it to be done right. But when I went to Sato Sushi with my friends Simon and Martina invited me to one of their friends to the chef's restaurant. It was pretty pricey, but the squid was better. It was amazing. And it's just that's what you pay for. It's be able to a high-end sushi chef can take this, which you might not like, squid, and they turn it into something that has an amazing flavor that you've never experienced before. It hits different parts of your tongue. That's why you go to a high-end sushi. Not for volume, not even for the sushi. It's to experience new tastes. That's what it really is all about. It's not even the art of it. It's beautiful to watch. It's about the tastes hitting every part of your palate. That's so good. The Ika is good. This one's not bad. That Ika is pretty good. It's surprising. I'm surprised that this does not look good. This is negitoro, and it looks kind of not fresh. Negitoro is minced up tuna, which sometimes it has negi or green Welsh onions inside of it. It's not bad, but it's not. No. This is real negitoro. This is Sushi Saito in Roppongi. High-end sushi.
Crazy. Hold on a second. This is the negitoro.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're making negitoro from scratch.
He's making it from.
Oh yes. This is gonna be so good.
Simon's a little bit too happy.
Yeah. You see this? Mercy.
This is really good. I'm trying to show you why high-end sushi is worth it. I was pretty critical of high-end sushi until I experienced it from a master. And you can see how fresh it is. Every movement is perfect.
You see the color? Look at how dark that color is. That's such a beautiful color. Oh wow.
Kanai's gonna kill me.
No, why didn't you take me?
Kanai killed me. She says, "Why didn't you take me?" Because they only had reservation for 3. It was either me or Kanai. Look at that.
Yeah, the grill.
That's so beautiful. So just the experience of it is different. You can't compare. That's a sweet egg. Check it out. This is the sweet egg from high-end sushi. It looks nothing like the yellow that we're used to. There's just a different recipe, just lightly grilled on top, and on the bottom there's like it's just a flavor explosion. And this is what you pay for. You don't pay for just the sushi. You're paying for that's shirako. Shirako. You're not just paying for the sushi. You're paying for the experience, and you're paying for the like having something that you've never tasted before. Here's Saito-san making it.
Do it, Simon.
Look at his concentration. There's a moment after he puts the sushi on the plate that it just settles. Like there's a natural settling of it, and it's beautiful. You don't see that at 100 yen at conveyor belt sushi. Do you know why? Because it's already on the plate. But after he makes the sushi and he puts it down, his eyes are like, and then the sushi, you could see it just starts settling. That is an art. He didn't really put the sushi on the rice. It settled naturally down. So there's no bleeding of, I don't know how he did it. That's why he's a master, right, Christian? That's why he's a master. It's just, I could sit there all day, watch him making sushi. Look at his eyes. the way he's focused on every single movement, practiced 100 times. It's a 7-year minimum apprenticeship, all right? But what makes I think this one of the best sushi shops in Japan, better than Jiro Sushi, all right? Jiro Sushi takes it too seriously, this is my opinion. Sato-san smiles. I think he has a real love and affection for Simon and Martina, and I think that they have a great connection. And you don't see this because they take their job so seriously. And Sato-san, sorry. Did I say Saito-san? Sato-san. No, sorry. It is Saito. Saito. Yeah, Saito-san. I apologize, Sato-san. Saito-san. It's Saito. He's having fun. And a sushi chef should have a little bit of fun. But he stands like this. Watch it.
All these seats sinking.
Thing of beauty.
I could watch this all day. Keep going! Oh, this is like reliving a meal from 3 months ago. 4 months ago, we ate this. Sorry, my coin is broken. Follow here. We're almost done. All right, the last thing I'm gonna eat for you is this. All right, I'm not even gonna touch this maguro, which is maybe I'll eat it off camera. It just does not look good. This is akami. It just does not look fresh to me, so I'm gonna kind of pass. I shouldn't have eaten that negitoro. It's questionable. This is the this is the shrimp. The shrimp is boiled, so it's not raw. So it's gonna be okay, but it already doesn't. It looks kind of generic. It's good. It's hard to mess that up. It is a little skinny. Tom Sawyer's split right in, it's a little skinny. And this is Thai. That looks like an okay piece. You have to be careful. Supermarket sushi is something that you can eat on sale after like 9 or 10 p.m. Supermarkets just want to clear it out. They'll be half price. So this is $6 now. It's $3 at the end of the night. But it's at the end of the night. The sushi might have been sitting there for a while. Maybe you want to pay a little bit more for fresh stuff. That's what I'm saying. Let's put a happy ending onto this episode. I'm really thankful to Sugeta-san and his wife Yoshio, who I blurred out. I really apologize if you're watching this. But very friendly shop. It's the kind of shop that I think I'm more connected with than something like Sushi Saito. And Sushi Saito, I love it. But it's something like, that's something you do maybe once a year or once in your life. This is a kind of sushi shop that you would go to once a week. And then there's sushi shops that you can go to every day, which are like the conveyor belt sushi. That's daily sushi. This is weekly sushi for me and my budget. And then there's Saito-san, which is lifetime sushi. And you just have to balance it out. You have to understand it that there's so many different varieties of sushi. It's just not about the micro sushi this episode. It's about a sushi chef that innovates and can come up with unique ways to please his customers. And that is the heart of a Japanese chef. When you look more at your customers and you stop looking at what you're making and you try to find ways to make the experience better for them. To me, that's Japanese eating at fine restaurants, good restaurants. And that's what I got here at Takasago Sushi. Thanks so much for watching and sharing lunchtime with me. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment below. Discord server. I'm going to be introducing the Discord server in the next Only in Japan Go. It's going to be a Discord server episode. But, if you are a Patreon supporter, please... I'm always looking to get people to support like this. I have a postcard club with screenshots from the episodes. If you're a Patreon supporter, you will have a smaller Discord group that I will go to more. And the support, you can already use Discord right now. And Discord means that I can go on. This is so cool. I'm in love with Discord already. Discord is something that I can go on. Hey, where's Discord? Oh, here it is. And I can just start having a conversation with viewers at any time, anywhere. This is what I love about Discord. And if you're a Patreon supporter, I check. There's general chat, which is what everyone's gonna get, and then there's like, there's this. Samurai chat we have for samurai level supporters. So yeah, I mean, you can get it right now if you're a Patreon supporter, but we're gonna start this in the next live stream. I'm gonna introduce you to the Discord server. It's gonna be pretty cool. It's gonna be very cool. Right now I'm in the general chat. So you're probably gonna hear. Anyway, if you're a Patreon supporter in Discord, you can chime in at any time to say hello. But right now I'm on the Discord server. Nosh, are you there?
Hello, John.
See? This is the coolest thing ever. Nosh, are we ready to introduce the Discord server to the rest of the channel?
I believe we are.
Nosh, are we ready? Is that UFO Bob?
I don't know.
It works better than it sounds. Usually we have something called push to talk.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So UFO Bob says yes, it is. This is a way where you can meet a lot of the people that you see in the chat. I think this is going to be really cool because all of the names that you see chatting, they have voices. They actually have faces too. But let's just start off with voices first. And I want to make a really nice community of people that we can talk about Japan, the channel, in the Discord server. So we have a general chat, which is open to everybody. And then we have Patreon supported levels. If you do sign up to Patreon, use the same email that you use for Patreon, and you will automatically be put into a special group with a really nice community. The general chat group, I believe, is going to be crazy. You're going to want to be in a smaller group. I feel like that. Who am I to tell you what to do? All right, so next episode, we're going to open up the Discord server to everybody on the Go channel. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun.
Join Patreon. Join us in chat.
Yeah, you can join.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right, Vern is in there. Who else is Jason's here? Jason, I know you.
Hey, John. Hey, Nosh. Hey, Vern.
UFO Bob, that was
Hey, guys. How's it going?
all right, and Eric's here. Is that Eric?
Yep, that's me.
All
How's it
right.
going, John?
All right, good. Tasty, are you here? She's muted.
Casey needs to get her microphone set up.
Tasty, I'm sorry. Sorry. Congratulations, you guessed octopus right. So I have to think of something. I'll put something special in your next box. How's that? I will reward you somehow. Campy is here as well. That's great. So we have kind of a small family on Patreon that we talk to here. So it's kind of worth joining. I think anyways. But general chat will be open to everybody in the next live stream. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. And thanks so much for watching. You guys want to say goodbye to everybody?
Only
everybody.
in Japan.
Goodbye. Hello and goodbye.
Goodbye. Sayonara.
Sayonara. Very good. See you guys, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Good day, good night. Have a good time and good weekend. And I'll see you in the next live stream.